Hi Sagittarius, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your end of August reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's get right into this. General messages, guys, they may not resonate. They don't. Maybe we'll get you next time. You don't want to make it fit. Try to make it fit if it doesn't. Energies could always be vice versa. You want to check your rising sign, moon sign, and Venus. I'm going to start by pulling the Celtic cross spread, then we're going to do a yes. We're going to pull some Lenormand, do a yes/no section, pull some love oracles. We get as many messages as we can. Our Sagittarius friends. Okay, let's see what we have. King of Cups. So good looking, this one, right? In this particular deck. Eight of Cups is crossing. Four of Swords is the best to be expected from the situation right now. The Queen of Pentacles is the foundation. Past is the Emperor energy. The near future is the Six of Cups. Representing you right now is the Ten of Wands. Your environment or external influence is the Hermit energy. Your hope or fear is death. That sounded pretty vile the way I just said that, but I'll explain. And then we have the High Priestess as the outcome. All right, so let's unpack these energies and then we'll pull some Lenormand. So we have the Emperor in the recent past. So those of you here with career on your heart, this is the leadership vibe. This is a leadership energy. This is Aries and Mars right here. This is doing something, throwing caution to the wind, feeling super confident, making something happen, maybe not paying attention to the minutia of the micro details of a situation, but nonetheless really putting your heart into something to move something forward. For those of you having to do with relationship, you may have met an Emperor energy. That's somebody who's really like ride or die, very faithful. They know what to do in a relationship. They do like to be in control. They do like to be, so they can be rather narrow-minded, but it is a beautiful energy nonetheless. So this could also indicate you just feeling a great resolve to take control of your life. And this is just coming up into this energy right now. Okay, so in the recent past. So the situation right now, okay, is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups, this indicates to me, first of all, if you're not in a relationship, again, this could indicate you meeting somebody new. This is kind of like the ideal partner who has their act together, understanding what's required in a relationship. That would be like communication, and things need to be equitable. You know, you have to have some resources, you know, all the things, all the boxes that need to be checked as far as a relationship for you. You know, that's a very subjective comment, right? Perfect for you. Now, for others of you, this can indicate the need to settle something, either within yourself, a conflict that you're experiencing within yourself or with somebody else, or within your family, within your business. But being able to do that, right? Because it's about fairness here, right? Because it's a Libra and Scorpio energy. So Libra is the scales, it's about what's fair, it's justice, and Scorpio is all about transformation. But Scorpio is also the landlord of the 8th house, which is, you know, the house that we look at to see how we show up when we blend with other. So how we show up in that serious, intimate relationship, how we show up when we blend with that business partnership. You know, how do we, you know, is it equitable? What's going on here? And what needs to be changed? What needs to be looked at? So that's a situation right now, but it's being crossed by the 8 of Cups energy. And the 8 of Cups is the Saturn and Pisces energy, where something just became too challenging within this connection. Or it's becoming too challenging, Sagittarius, where it's like either you or the person that you're dealing with are walking away because of toxicity that's been identified, and it just became too challenging to work towards a dream in this relationship, in this connection, in this career, whatever it is, all right? But you, and it's like you feel sadness about it, but no regret, as long as things are handled with grace. And that's a big deal, because when we're dealing with the number 8 in tarot, there can be some nasty karma that's generated if we don't handle things with grace in this energy. Like, this is not a good energy where like you don't want to ghost anybody in this energy. And if somebody has ghosted you, they're creating some serious karma for themselves. They just are. It's the kind of thing where, okay, if something's not working out, you need to communicate it. So something needs to be settled here, but I do see you walking away from something. There being this walking away. There's an ending of a cycle. You know, I mean, the best to be achieved from the situation right now, we have the Four of Swords, which is stopping, pressing the pause button, and not really doing anything right now. But the Four of Swords ultimately in astrology is Jupiter and Libra, and Jupiter expands whatever it's in. And Libra is that 7th house of serious partnerships and relationships. And it's like, okay, how fair is this situation? As you're resting and you're not doing anything, you're thinking, how fair was this situation really? How happy was I really in that job? Was I being paid fairly? Were things handled in an equitable manner in the relationship, in the job, in the friendship? You're thinking about all of these things, but you're not really doing anything. Right? Like that's the best that could be achieved in this situation as it is right now, where it's like, okay, right, there's this kind of pull away. Now we have the Queen of Pentacles energy, so I feel like this is you. This is the foundation and the reason for the reading. So this typically does give me the vibe of who it is that I'm reading for, and this indicates a very responsible person, somebody who is very open to commitment, open to communication, and is responsible when it comes to money and understand what it is pretty good with numbers. Some of you might be laughing. You're like, I'm terrible in math, but you know, could be, but not normally, because Sagittarius, you guys are so smart, right? But that's like the vibe that I'm getting. And you're very sort of like in your own skin, knowing this to be your truth. I can't explain it anything. Like it's this is going on, but you're like, yeah, but you know, I know what's up as far as like what's necessary as far as money goes, as far as connection goes, as far as communication goes. You understand this. And that's why you, right now, you are the 10 of Wands energy. This is the 10 of Wands, letting the cycle go. It became too much. The 10 of Wands is like the card of overwhelm. I call it the card of overwhelm, where it became just all too heavy. Too heavy. It's Saturn and Sagittarius. Those two energies do not like hanging out together, because Saturn's all about restriction and Sagittarius is like, let's go, right? That's you guys just really want to go and have a good time. You and Geminis, you and your cousin there. You want to go and have a good time. You know, you want to travel, you want to meet different people, you want to do different things, you want to experience, and it all just became too heavy. Things became too complicated, too overwhelming. You know, this is very much the card of the multitasker energy as well. And it's almost like a catch-22 kind of vibe too, where it's like, even if you're in a job and you know you're unhappy, you need time to like get another job because it's so time consuming to do job hunting, but yet you're so overwhelmed at work that you don't have the time. And you get annoyed at people when they come along and say, well, just quit, or just give the responsibility to somebody else, because you genuinely believe that you're the only one who could fill in that particular position. And you may be right, you know, but it's this kind of thing where it's like, you know, yeah, I'd love to just not work so much, or I would love to just not be so stressed out about this relationship. I would just love that. But guess what? I'm not a robot, as it turns out, kind of energy, right? I mean, that is again, it's overwhelm. Everything became too heavy and you have to just put it down. Now, the energy of your environment, right, that's external to you, we have the Hermit energy. So listen, this is taking the mental space, you know, I mean, because right now I don't see you really doing much of anything. You're taking a lot of mental space right now to really focus on you and do you in private. You might be talking to a person or two, maybe a therapist, somebody who you really trust, but you're really thinking about everything in a very critical way, right? Remember, Hermit is Virgo. And it's about thinking about things from a very pragmatic perspective. How could things possibly work out in this relationship, in this job, with this business? Really focusing on that. Now, some of you, because this is a general reading, I will give a couple of different interpretations. It could certainly mean stepping away from your job right now, being on sabbatical, stepping away and thinking about what it is that you really want to do. This could also, in relationship, it could certainly be either going it alone for a while, or you and your partner working on your relationship in private. We're really not talking to anybody. So that could be anything from being caught in a cyclical kind of situation where there might be some sort of covert affair going on here. Or this could just certainly be if you work, I'm talking about if you're working on your relationship in public, in private rather, if this is resonating with you, where you guys are sort of on the cycle of on again, off again, on again, off again kind of thing. And you just don't even want to tell anybody about it because you just want to see like what's going to happen. But for a lot of you, it is going to be going it alone right now and just really focusing on you. But the fear here and the hope and the fear is the death energy, which is Scorpio, which is this. Okay. This is an interesting energy for me that I just want to talk about for a second. First of all, it's in your fear or your hope, right? So it's not actually happening in the 3D. But this is Scorpio energy. So this is about an ending and a simultaneous new beginning. So something being over as it was so that it could be rebirthed. Okay, fine. But this is also, as the Scorpio energy, it's the landlord of the 8th house, which is all about transformation. It's also about how we show up when we need to blend with other in either an intimate relationship or a business partnership. It has to do with how we show up with our resources, how we show up as far as communication, our partner's resources, payouts, insurance payouts, payouts from our investments, right? So I do feel like part of the fear here is it goes deeper, I feel like, than simply saying, you know, you're afraid to let something go. It's deeper than that. It's like you're afraid of the transformation and of how, because with the 8th house energy, guess what? You have to take off any mask that you're wearing and be the most like raw and authentic version of you. And that could be really, really scary. And that might be what's scaring you, is the fact that in order to make something work, it would require you sacrificing something that you believe in, that if you were to give it up, it could help incite healing in a situation, whether it's the job, whether it's the relationship, but you're too scared to do it. You're too scared to let it go. And I feel like you guys are going to be dealing with this kind of a lot over the next year and a half, just because you guys are the South Node, you know, right now during this cycle of the moon. And so wherever there's Sagittarius in anyone's chart, they're going to be called to make a sacrifice, right? But it's happening in your first house, yourself, you know, and you are the natural landlord of the 9th house of belief system. So something to think about, but fearing something being over, and then is it gonna begin again in a different way, or is it just over for good, and will there be a beginning in something else? You know, obviously it's going to be different for each of you. But then we have the High Priestess as the final outcome. So yeah, I mean, this is another internal energy, really tapping into your higher consciousness here. But this is you planning something. You may be working on some sort of creative project having to do with a business. You may be really focusing on something having to do with a relationship. You're not talking about it though. There's a lot of shh energy here, I feel like. So, which does not mean that there's malice or anything. It just means like you keeping your business to yourself kind of right now. But that is the High Priestess, is very much, it's connected to the moon, you know, and it's, you know, it's the moon energy. You know, and the moon is definitely feeling, you know, really, the moon is everything that we feel and do and think in private. It's underneath the surface. But there's an element of vulnerability. Like there's a reason that we keep it under the surface, right? We don't want to expose something about ourselves. We want to keep it hidden, right? We want to keep our inner thoughts, our inner creativity, all of these things inside of us. Now, in the near future, we have the 6 of Cups energy. So this can indicate for many of you returning to your childhood home, connecting with people who you used to know once upon a time. This has a direct relationship to your past. So this could also mean reconnecting with a relationship that you had in your past to see if it's worth revisiting. It may not be, it may be, it depends, right? Now, this could also be hooking up with somebody who you knew from your past, but you weren't intimately involved with them, but you knew them from the past, and seeing if, oh, maybe I'm going to give this a go. I knew them in high school or college or whatever, and you guys connected on Facebook or Instagram, whatever, and you say, okay, maybe I'll give this a go. For others of you, you may be meeting somebody like brand new out of the blue. You never met them before, but they have such a strong resonance with you. You would just swear you know them, and that's typically a past life connection. But regardless, this is a beautiful energy. This is a light energy, the Six of Cups. This can be you and just enjoying some really solid, beautiful time with your kids if you're in that space. But it's a Sun and Scorpio energy, and whenever the Sun is there, we just have such a beautiful mental landscape to work with. And Scorpio is all about transformation. So whatever is coming back from the past, whether it's you connecting with your inner child by playing with your kids, you reconnecting with old friends, or a past relationship, this does indicate things going really, really well. Really well. So kind of a mixed bag here, right? Because I do see walking away from something, allowing a cycle to end, going it alone for a minute, but then we have in the near future tapping into something from the past and it going really well. Now this could also be, reviving an old idea that you had having to do with career as well. Or revisiting something from the past having to do with a career, like maybe going back to a job that you used to do, or somebody calling you up out of the blue who you used to work with. That kind of energy. Yeah. Okay. I like the Six of Cups as that final card. And again, if this has to do with getting back with a past relationship and you don't want to, you're an energetic being, you're not a puppet, sit it out if you don't want to deal. Sit it out. If it's not for you, it's not for you. If they were a narcissist and cheated on you or whatever, keep them in the rearview mirror. They don't deserve you, All right, so let's pull some Lenormand. See any messages that Lenormand wants us to focus on. Messages that Lenormand wants us to focus on. Nice. All right, Destiny's cooking for you right now, but we know that anyway. It's always the sign who's, especially the South Node. This is all about because you guys right now are all about dumping off past karma. Burn it off, get rid of what you don't need. This is all very destiny driven. All right, there's moving on. There's some sort of cycle happening that's meant for you. This is very destiny driven. You're very aware of time. Very aware of time right now. Time is a thing for you. All right, you don't want to hang out in something that's not, that's not going to be beneficial for you, right? That you could see it happening. Beautiful. We got the dog. This could be a really close friend, confidant, a therapist. This could literally be your animal, of course, if you have that kind of energetic connection with your animal. But this could also indicate that at the end of the day, Sagittarius, you intuitively are your own best friend and you know exactly what you need to do. Okay? Let's pull one more. Okay, we have the Park, which indicates online social media, Facebook, any kind of social media, connecting with people online, some sort of information coming in online. All right, I have to keep going here. Hidden knowledge. You need to look at something much closer. You're not seeing everything. Okay, all right. So when we have the magnifying glass and then we have the clouds, there's something that you're not seeing, Sagittarius. There's something that you're identifying as being an area of conflict in your life that's not as serious a level of conflict for you. Oh, okay, oh my gosh, we're going to go through. Okay, we'll end here. This is all about needing to look at something closer. Wow. We have hidden, okay, so we have we have the book of knowledge. We have to look at what information that we are supposed to be exposed to, because this doesn't indicate something that's unknown, something that's being hidden right now, something we need to look at closer. And we need to understand that whatever we're feeling conflict, there's some sort of lesson in that. We need to look at it closer. Where is the conflict in your life right now? You need to look at that a little closer, because the owls are saying this is a very wise message. And the wise message here is pay attention. You may not be seeing something absolutely clearly. And then we have the moon, and the moon is saying, what are you seeing that somebody is reflecting onto you, that where there may be a lot more information that you need to tune into. Now, the moon energy is also about love and about romance and about connecting and about doing something that you really love. But what I'm getting here is, first of all, this is very destiny driven, and you're moving away from something. You're very aware of time. You know exactly what to do. There's some sort of news that's going to be coming in that you really need to scrutinize, whether it's that job offer, whether it's somebody who you met online, whatever it is that's coming in via the internet or via any kind of networking opportunity. You need to look at it really, really closely. There's a reason this person is on your path, and there's a reason that you need. Look at how, I mean, this is crazy. 5 in a row. Well, not really the cloud and the sun. The sun does indicate, the cloud and the sun card does indicate that things are going to turn out really, really well. You just have to pay attention to the signs. Things may not be as bad as you think they are. Someone may not be as negative as you think they are. A situation may be a lot more positive than you think, or this could indicate you just really needing to pay attention to any sort of red flags that might be showing themselves. But I don't see I don't see duplicitousness here. We don't have the snake, we don't have the fox, you know. We don't have any like the really like challenging cards, right? The skate, the coffin, we don't have any of those, the cross. Just pay attention to everything. Okay. All right, so now let's do the yes/no version, okay? Sagittarius, let's relax. Relax. Drop those shoulders down. Relax your belly. Do a Buddha breath. If you're not sure what that is, it's you fill your belly with air. When you fill your belly with air and you push it out, take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in, you push your belly out. It's impossible to hold stress in your shoulders, okay? So really want you to relax, because that really does release any blocks, any energetic blocks, and we don't want any energetic blocks going on, all right? So take a moment. You're going to ask a question. You're going to ask it the same way 3 times. It needs to be a yes/no kind of question, not open-ended, okay? Something that would require a yes or no answer. Okay, I'm not honoring that because I do have to pull, but I will just look at it to say 6 of Pentacles. Good, I have your back, you have mine. Good, okay. All right, give you guys a second to finish up your questioning. Same question all 3 times. We could pull a yes, a no, a neutral, or exception. Let's pull card number 1. The 5 of Cups. That's a no. Temperance is a yes. The Hermit energy. The Hermit is a neutral. So we have a no, a neutral, and a yes. So the answer, Sagittarius, I almost said Scorpio, somebody dealing with a Scorpio, would be a no. When we have 1 yes and a neutral and a no, the answer is no. Okay, the answer would be no. So let's pull. That's to your question. Let's pull some oracles. See, maybe we can find out some more information here. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. Take a break. Marek, embrace oneness with the universe. I mean, these really have you focusing on you and really doing you right now, Sag. We have Gemini. We have the North Node. You guys are the South Node, and Gemini is the North Node, okay? And we have the 4th house, which has to do with foundation, safety, security, home, anything with home, anyone we live with, selling a home, buying a home, anything like that. But when we have Gemini, it's about putting your thinking cap on and figuring out what is it that you need to learn how to do differently and really focusing on that. It's the same thing with the North Node energy because they're both in Gemini. It's what do you need to work towards right now? What do you need to learn? What do you need to release from the Sagittarius part of yourself and really adopt that Gemini part, right? This could be a releasing somebody from your home. Maybe somebody's moving out, you know, something going on in your home. Maybe a child is going away to school or, you know, anything like that. Purchase of a house. Maybe you want to sell your house. Looking into that. Putting an extension on a home, buying a home, selling a home, something with the home, manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become a reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Very nice. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. And you do have a lot of changes coming up, Sagittarius, right? I mean, you do have this burst of energy in your 9th house, which is you, right? Because you're the landlord of the 9th house, having to do with your beliefs. You know, with this new moon energy happening on the, you know, on the 18th. But, you know, Uranus went retrograde on the 15th. It's going to be retrograde until January 1st in your 6th house of day-to-day work environment, your health, just your day-to-day life. It also has to do with these small pets. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. And this energy also goes for the right business partner as well, just so that you guys understand how this works. But yeah, all right, let's just pull a couple of, for those of you in with relationship on your heart, pull a couple of Island Time Wellness. Separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. Soulmate, soul connection, partnership, soul contract. Yeah, we got 2 soulmates here. It's tough connections, right? The soulmate energies. Girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. Yeah. So you may be sad about somebody from your past and missing them. But I do feel like because we got the 2 soulmate cards, is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So I don't feel like you've actually met your soulmate. I feel like you're going to meet them. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. It's happening. It's manifesting now. It's happening. But you're chilling out, focusing on you, doing you, hanging with your friends, you know, just trying to have a good time right now. Taking a break, being one with the universe, you know, hopefully. Listen, this is a very, very clear message. I have to tell you, it's been very aligned from beginning to end. And that is really pretty much the bottom line. I do just want to pull one astro card to ask Spirit what energy you should really be focusing on helping you get through the end of August. Best way possible. Cancer. Yeah. Snuggling it up at home. So the fourth house energy of home. It's all about, like, you know, home, feeling grounded, rooted, snuggling up, you know, just feeling safe, doing something nice for yourself, you know, really doing something nice for yourself, some really good self-care. And that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.